heading down to work, and then I got to take a trip to Madison today. So, what a gloomy day.
This is the K9GB repeater.
Yeah, you could say that. That's why it's supposed to stop, or take a break, I should say. Not totally stop, I guess. Take a break in about an hour or so. But yeah, it's, they were showing south towards Oshkosh, and north, a little north of that, a little south of that, just big line of lightning and all that stuff. So I could still hear a little bit outside. My dog was outside. Wife said she had to let her out, and she's sitting in the middle of the backyard watching the lightning. I'm like, guess it doesn't bother her.
Well, that's good that they're not afraid. Some dogs are terribly afraid, and one or two cracks of lightning and or thunder and lightning, and they're barking up a storm. So, yeah, I guess ours are pretty good too, so can't complain. But, yep. Not looking forward to another, 4 hours of driving, but oh well, you'll have it.
Yeah, I know. I don't miss that. I know it's hard to believe, but I don't miss driving back and forth and driving, spending all that time on Highway 41, going back and forth to work. But I've had so many people say, "How do you drive this all the time?" I'm like, I don't know. I just get used to it, I guess. But some days you just don't. Some days are worse than others. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. So what got you started working down in Oshkosh? Did you live down there or something, or went down there for the job, or what?
Well, I went to school, and one of our classes we had to write resumes and stuff like that on. So I thought, I'll write a resume, and then I saw this ad in the paper, and I thought, I don't even know what that is, or what it does, or who they are, or any of that stuff, but I'll send them a resume and just see what happens. So I did. I got a thanks but no thanks response back, and a couple weeks later I got this big package in the mail offering me a job. I'm like, well, let's go check it out. I thought, well, maybe move down there, and never did, and kept driving back and forth for, it was 32 years. Been driving back and forth, but I kept thinking maybe we're going to move a little closer, and we never did.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure if you had, went to school down there or something, or, lived down there, and then you decided, that's how it started, but, well, that's kind of how mine started, too. I, applied for a job, sent a resume in and all that kind of happy stuff. Where I worked, I had an interview the next day, and then I had, that was with the service manager in the Green Bay office, and then I had an interview with, one of the company owners down in Appleton, and that it was like 2 weeks. I hadn't heard anything, and then I got a call. I was actually down in Milwaukee working for the company I was working at. Got a call that said, we'd like to meet up with you again. I said, okay, so I set up a time for that evening. I went and met with them, and they offered me the job. And then originally I was going to train down in Appleton and then go back up to Green Bay. And like 2 weeks after I started, a guy retired. So the rest is history.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I had a job at the time, but I was going to school full time and working full time. And I thought, I'm just going to look around. I saw another job that was in, what was it, Reedsburg? I think Reedsburg. I don't remember. I always get Reedsburg and Reedsville mixed up. I think it was Reedsburg, which is a little north of Baraboo in that area. Nice area. It was a cheese factory. And I thought, I'm going to take a run over there and just talk to the people. Super nice people. I spent quite a bit of time with them, but they just, I don't know, the pay wasn't the greatest, and I didn't, I thought, well, I could move over there, because it was, like I said, it was a really nice town. People were super nice, and I bet I spent about a good 4 hours or so with them, just talking to them. They took me for a show around the plant and stuff like that, and I thought, well, I'll just keep my ear open, And eventually they got bought out by a bigger company, and the bigger company was going to put in their own maintenance team, and so they decided that I wasn't, that they wouldn't offer me a job anymore. But yeah, there was all kinds of places. I thought, well, what the heck? It's experience going and seeing and talking to people and stuff like that anyway. So I thought, what the heck? And then this one came around, and the pay was decent. My dad lived down in Oshkosh at the time, and I think my grandma did at the time. She was still around, too. So I had a couple people from relation that lived down there. And I thought, what the heck? Maybe, like I said, maybe I'll move down there, maybe we won't. We looked at a few houses and never really anything really looked that great to us or what we wanted, and never moved. So just got to go through a bunch of cars over the years, 89 DK.
Yeah, I hear you. That's definitely putting on the mileage. I was the same way when I first started working for this company, because we used our own vehicles. But then when we got bought out, I got a company vehicle. But yeah, I had a 2001 Jeep Wrangler with an inline 6 and a 5-speed when I started working at the other when it was the other company, and I got rid of that with. I bought it brand new in early January of 2021, and I got rid of it in 2014. So 13 years old, but I had 503,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to do that. Well, when I first got the job, I had a 1977 GMC four-wheel drive pickup truck, and that thing got 10 miles to the gallon. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to drive this back and forth. So I sold that, and I bought a Chevy Cavalier, and that thing got almost 40 miles to the gallon. I drove that for quite a few years. And a guy at work was looking for a vehicle, and I sold it to him, and he's like, and nobody believed me that it got 40 miles to the gallon. Well, then he bought it, and he's got family up in the upper part of Minnesota, so they drove it up there. He says, oh my gosh, he says, I couldn't believe that thing. He says, it got great gas mileage, it rode nice, and it had, almost 200,000 miles on it. But yeah, I went through a few other cars over the years too, which, a couple of them I smashed up, and the rest of them just either, I think one died, and the rest of them I just traded in because the mileage was getting high. But yeah, it takes its tolls on vehicles, that's for sure.
This is the K9GB repeater.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Oh, we must have got quite a bit of rain. Ooh, that was a cool lightning burst. Yeah, we must have got quite a bit of rain because the ditches around my office are completely full. And it takes a decent amount of rain to fill these. So, interesting. Well, I am just pulling in at work. Go get in my other vehicle and start the drive. So, hey, we'll catch you later, Dave. Good talking to you. EB9DK, K0RPL, 73.
All right, Justin, good talking to you, and drive safe, and we'll catch you down the road sometime. So take care, 73, K0RPL, AB9DK.
73, Dave. Have a good day. Say hi to the missus and all that stuff. K0RPL, 73.